Thank you, Mr Speaker. This evening I rise on adjournment to shout out to AGFEST, the incredible organisation of young people across Tasmania, part of rural youth, that do so many things throughout the year in Tasmania to support young people in regional Tasmania and also to support our incredible agricultural sector. And for months now have been working so hard around the clock to put together an unusual AGFEST off the back of a lack of AGFEST in August this year. I want to shout out to the chair, to the committee, to the volunteers. They do an extraordinary job. Clearly future leaders of Tasmania, 15 to 30-year-olds that can put together the premier field day for Tasmania, a massive Tasmanian success story. They just are phenomenal. And as it is often the case, it has been a little wet over the last couple of days, so they've made some last-minute encouragements for people to make sure that you go in early and be really aware of the instructions on how to get in and where to park, but also how to keep people safe, whether that be through they had a lot of trouble actually getting the event because of initial COVID restrictions, so asking for people to pay respect to the site, respect to the COVID conditions, respect for all of the implementation around support for foot and mouth as well. But just a big shout out to AGFEST, to rural youth. You guys are incredible. You do a remarkable job. Unfortunately, no one in this place can be there over the next couple of days because of the proroguing of Parliament that got delayed, and then now we're lumped with this week now. But no doubt many of us will be there on Friday to support you and to be with you, and we wish you all very well. Mr Speaker, I also rise unexpectedly tonight on adjournment to back in our incredible Tasmanian salmon industry, an industry that stands behind and supports much of regional Tasmania, many young people, clever people, people that have been attracted to Australia and particularly to Tasmania because of the great industry that has been developed here in such a short period of time and is not only leading in our Tasmanian farming and agriculture but nationally as well. We know that the people that commit their lives to this career are family people that, for many, although it's only had a short history, there are parents and children working in communities right across Tasmania, and they deserve our support, and they deserve people to stand up in this place and let them know that we have their backs. We know that salmon is a great product. I was just in the parliamentary dining room a little while ago and I had my salmon and veggies for dinner. It's a great product in terms of feeding the world. We have an incredible reputation internationally for the great product that we produce here, the great work we do and the science that we're leading and the technology that we lead. It's not just about people putting themselves at risk and going out into a really risky environment, which is appalling when they have that potentially put at threat in moments like had this morning. But not only are people out on the jobs, and I've had a great opportunity to meet with divers and workers and people, making nets and working in the onshore facilities with around the hatcheries and things, but also super clever scientists and tech people that are doing remote feeding and all sorts of amazing things. And no doubt there's no question why we've attracted the attention of the world here in a really positive way. So I wanted to stand up and back them in tonight. There are thousands of Tasmanians who themselves and their families and their communities rely on this great work. They are leading and well supported, backed in by reliable, credible science. Much of that science is done right here in Tasmania. Year on year, with surveys done across Tasmania, there is an increasing number of people that recognise the importance and the contribution that Tasmanian salmon industry makes in this community. So we stand here tonight and back you in and are proud of our industry that continues to deliver. And finally, Mr Speaker, on adjournment, I just want to acknowledge a local event in Launceston in northern Tasmania that is taking both national and international acclaim, and that is a fairly new event called Agricultured. Agricultured occurred in Launceston again just over the last couple of weeks. It was the first event last year and it was extraordinary, bringing together people around whether it be agriculture, food, tourism, and having great conversations and starting conversations in our community. It was partnered as well not only with Ferment Tasmania Tasmania, but also with Launceston being announced recently with the UNESCO designation of the City of Gastronomy, but Launceston and Gastronomy partnered in as well, and they also, in the lead up to the event, launched their new brand and really focused in on the importance of all of the things we know about and love about Tasmanian produce producers and creators and chefs and communities at an excellence level, but also the incredible connections that are made in communities of all levels when we gather around food. I was pleased to attend the producers' dinner at Grain of Silos, which was lovely to have local producers there putting their products on a plate. We got to hear some great local storytellers, Rostella Roost, who made the poultry that we ate, and then some duck farmers who told a great story about their ducks as well. So that was a really great night, but I want to finish up. One of my favourite things in the world, that anyone knows me and knows me well, I love fire, and I love eating food cooked on fire, and one of my favourite places in northern Tasmania is Tamba, and on the Saturday evening, Tamba hosted Fire and Ferment, a dinner that celebrated all of the incredible local produce, really tightly local to the Tamar Valley, cooked it across the fire and served it up beautifully. It was an opportunity at the end of this event to actually raise much needed funds for RAW, Rural Alive and Well, a great organisation doing a lot in our community to support whether it be our farmers or our fishers, who many of whom are struggling right now and do need more and ongoing support. So a great night celebrating all that is good in Launceston, the Tamar Valley and northern Tasmania, and I'd just like to recognise all of their efforts this evening. Thank you.